through streets in a warrior, dust like ghosts around the track. Blue berets and UN patches, back straight under heavy packs. Sent to guard but not to stop it, hands tied while the hills burn red. Mark the ceasefires on a map, while children wept for the dead. We were peacekeepers, not really, just watching the world come apart. With rifles cold and orders colder, and anger burning in the heart. Bosnia, your haunting homey, lakes like glass and mountains wide. Hot as hell in summer's furnace, winter's knives we couldn't hide. Split of bits to chase the silence, plum fire against the frost. We wore the blue, we stood our ground, but counted every cost. Tesla smoked under a gray sky, garage dead cold through the snow. But we stood there feeling useless when the convoys wouldn't go. Saw the snipers on the ridgeline, saw the graves that grew too fast. Waved at boys with haunted faces, some just didn't last. Rules of war and shattered valleys, talks and truces drowned in mud. We wore the badge, we flew the flag, but couldn't stop the blood. Bosnia, you haunting homey, lakes like glass and mountains wide. Hot as hell in summer's furnace, winter's knives we couldn't hide. Sliver bits to chase the silence, plum fire against the frost. We wore the blue, we stood our ground, but counted every cost. Somewhere near Jablonica, a girl gave me a painted stone. Said it was her little brother's, now the house is ash and bone. We guarded aid, we fixed the wells, we patched the schools with what we could. But none of that undid the screams we swallowed where we stood. Now back in Aldershot or Glasgow, it's the silence I recall of a summer sun on shattered towns and snow that muffled all. We speak in code at regimental bars, you were invited to, and raise a glass to the ones we couldn't rescue. Final Bosnia, you haunt and hold me, lakes like glass and mountains wide. Hot as hell in summer's furnace, winter's knives we couldn't hide. Sliver bits for all the fallen, plum fire jumps the lost. We wore the blue, we did our best, and bore the brutal cost. They called us peacekeepers, but peace was nowhere near. Still, we bore witness, and we remember.